Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Music Talks. It's been so long since I've put out a video, but exciting news. We have our first guest on our show today, Joran Weitzer, a really good friend of mine. So make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll get into the interview right now. Thanks for joining us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Music Talks. Really exciting episode today. We have our first guest ever today, Joran Weitzer. We've known each other for
too long.
too long is what he said. Definitely over 10 years for sure, right?
I've known of you for 25 years probably.
Whoa. Dang.
So
that's
been
that,
a hot
maybe
second.
that is too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joran is here today. We've worked together, done church music together. I think we started in youth group worship team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have for Joran and for all the rest of our guests, just asking them about their musical journey, what songs and bands they like as well. So I want to start out with this. Did you want to tell the people about yourself?
Yeah. So like Gabe said, I've known him for a while. He was actually one of my main, we'll talk about it in a little bit, one of my main influences when it comes to getting involved with worship music primarily. And I've watched him and his sister Rachel just learn how to serve through music and support our church well through that. Played basketball with him, which was a fun time. His dad was a great coach. I still call him coach when I see him.
So do I. No, just kidding.
Fun facts. I love coffee. I just came from having coffee with a friend for like 2 hours. We talked about our world's problems and our problems because we got problems, man.
Light topic.
Yep. And then I think, I don't know, another fun fact. I used to be in Gabe's basement a lot because we used to carpool.
Yeah.
And so I once again find myself in Gabe's basement.
That's true. That's so funny.
Here we are.
We used to play this Disney. It was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh.
But it was just Disney.
Yeah.
And you could skate as Buzz.
It was
or
pretty
Woody.
sick.
It was so cool.
That, and I don't know if you remember this. You had it was some NFL 2K.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
an actual 2K game.
Yeah.
And I just remember having so much fun.
Yeah, that was a blast.
It was sick. But
So good.
that's a throwback.
Well, Joran, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into a couple questions here. First, what does your journey with music look like? However you want to answer that.
Yeah, I got notes on my phone. So if I'm looking at phones,
That's okay.
I don't want to be here. It's because I
That's fine.
forget things. So I think probably my earliest memories of really enjoying music was kind of twofold. On the worship side, growing up at Eastbrook, just being exposed to a lot of different genres of worship and music was just intriguing, right? Obviously we're primarily CCM, kind of normal modern, worship, but there was a lot of, back then it was 90s, 2000s worship, but there's a lot of diversity in that too. So that was kind of one building block of my love for music. Then the other was just memories of my dad, primarily on Saturday mornings. He would blast his favorite music and we would just do chores around the house. So it was, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, rock, classic rock, stuff like that. So I have these core memories of music being reminding me of Saturdays and fun and freedom and just good vibes.
That's cool.
And then growing up, middle school at Eastbrook, we had to do either band or choir.
Yeah.
So I started playing the baritone, which that was a time, that was a season.
It's in the family of tuba, right?
It's a mini tuba.
Okay,
it was
okay.
tuba with self-conscious kind of issues, so it was shrunk down a little bit. But dude, I would haul that thing all over Eastbrook. It was a mess. I actually fun fact, I wanted to play trumpet, but Mr. Carlton said my lips were too big. And so I ended up playing the baritone, which Was fun. It was the first time where I think I played with a collection of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my first exposure to like, oh, it's fun to like be
Mm-hmm.
one part of a bigger musical picture. But then Mr. Griffiths, our choir teacher,
Mm-hmm.
was teaching a basic music theory class on classical guitar my 8th grade year. And so I was like, I kind of want to try that.
Yeah.
I was like kind of sick of lugging this thing around.
Yeah.
So I took that class and I fell in love with guitar.
That's
like,
cool.
Instantly.
What kind of you mentioned, your dad putting on his music as you're cleaning your house on Saturdays. Like, what kind of music was that, or were there songs or bands out there that you're like, oh man, I love this band?
Yeah, he was and still is a big classic rock fan. So I remember, and it wasn't always like the harder stuff. It was more like the Bob Segers and his dad was a big Elvis fan, so there was some Elvis in there. A lot of 70s, 80s, like just kind of good vibes, sort of thing.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2. What are like some things about music you enjoy? You kind of started to answer this, but are there certain kind of aspects of music that you're like, this is what keeps, drawing me into that?
I think there's a few. One on the spiritual core level, right? Music has this way of expressing what is hard to express with normal words, and sometimes when we don't have the words, music expresses that for us. And so I think that is one way that is unique to music for me, that allows me to talk with God and hear from God in a way that maybe goes deeper than words can. So that's one thing. And then the communal version of that, right? That like there's this power when we come together as the church and we sing to God. It's just beautiful. But then from the non-worship side, I love the way that music is like, it's a mixture between art and science, right? So like, or art and math, really. I love how the more I learn about theory, the more I see the structure and the beauty of that allows us to be creative with it. Like, it's like math is the tool that we can make sense of the chaos of music with, but then we can use that math to create more and more. And so the more I learn about music and the complexities, I'm just blown away with how we can use these different mathematical tools in theory to build something beautiful that is like, it's mathematic, but also resonates with our soul. So
that's cool. Last question, maybe you can move into this, is what are some like bands or songs that you enjoy? Or maybe we can start here. What, if you can remember this, like, was the first song that you were like, oh my gosh, I love this and I want to like learn how to play that or learn how to do music more?
Yeah. Can I answer with 2 songs? Actually?
Sure. Yeah.
So this was in that kind of 8th grade freshman year where I was really discovering my love for music beyond the band context. One was Lecrae's song Background. It was one of the first songs where I resonated deeply with the message of it. It's like, this is my prayer. And so I love the music side of it. So that was one, but then Fireflies was the other one.
Yeah.
Owl City.
Yeah.
And so that was like and it still resonates, like the melody resonates in my head all the time. And it was just the right time coming out. So right now, actually, first of all, asking a musician or a musical fan like what their favorite songs are is ridiculous, because like that could be another episode.
Yeah.
But I can answer with like my favorite songs now. There actually is a Fireflies electric guitar cover on YouTube that has the right mixture of like nostalgia in it with technical awesomeness.
I think I know.
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what you're
like the Jed or Tej. Like the European guy.
Yep.
It slaps every time I listen to it.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then other bands and stuff right now that I love, Polyphia, I'm really getting into.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have listened to them for many years of my life, just because it wasn't like that sort of harder style was not really my vibe. But they pair it with such a beautiful melodic and technical style that it's like it draws me in. And there's no words to the songs, but it's just this like it draws me in. So those are what's going through my headphones right now.
That's cool. Yeah, I think Fireflies was like such like just interesting like synth but kind of chill sort of. I saw this video on TikTok of that song, like the artist was doing Owl City, right?
Yep.
Yeah, was doing it live, and people were like moshing to the song, and it was wild, but it was really cool. I also had this memory with both of us as you were talking about favorite bands, favorite songs. I think we were in middle school or high school, and we went to a Toby Mac concert in Madison. Do you remember this? Maybe. We went with Coach Cook.
Oh, yes.
Dude, okay, so we went to this, like, it was after school, and I don't even know how this happened, but one of our basketball coaches was like, I'm going to go to this Toby Mac concert, and do you guys want to go? We were like, of course, yeah. Like, I think, like, background Lecrae, and kind of, like, when that was coming out, I was a huge Toby Mac fan. It was like, we went to this concert, like, the DJ was on this, like, huge tower, mixing and stuff. But like even that is like I don't really listen to that music like anymore. But it was like, oh, that was like still like really inspiring and like really fun too. Mm-hmm. Is there any? I didn't have this in the questions, but is there any instrument that you have always wanted to learn that you haven't learned yet? I know you've been doing like bass, drums, keys in the last couple years, but is there like trumpet? Is that still a desire?
I've gotten over my trumpet phase. That's a great question. I mean, my immediate answer is drums because I don't really play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can hold a very basic worship song down, but I can't express myself in that. And I feel like, and this is a subjective bar, I feel like I can say that I have learned somewhat of an instrument if I can like take what's in my mind and my heart and like express it physically through it. And I can't do that with drums. So that's my cop-out answer. But I would love to learn something in the strings family, like a cello, maybe a cello or a violin, because it interacts with the musical space in a different way than like any other instrument that I play. And it's just so beautiful, man. It just like draws me in.
That's so cool. This is great. Is there any other, like, as you're talking, any other songs or bands or anything that music in general that like you want to talk about that inspires you?
I think as I was thinking through this, I think I also have come to appreciate how music can take you out of your immediate space and transport you to somewhere either restful or powerful or like wherever you kind of want to be, which taken to its worst can be escapism, right? Where we like look to it where we should be looking to God or something like that. But I look over, especially in like my college years, I started to realize the power of music in that way. So like I started to listen to a lot of reggaeton. So like Danza Kuduro, Daddy Yankee, like a lot of those artists would immediately take me to like a beach somewhere or super random. Danza Kuduro especially plays at the end of Fast Five, and it was one of those it was like the first time I had heard that song, so I actually heard that song through that movie. But it's such a weird thing, but the freedom and fun that you feel at the end of that movie, I like deeply resonate with, because I want to feel free and fun, and I want to have this kind of like this party vibe that I think a lot of like Latinx cultures get really right, that I just want to feel that fun, right? For sure. And then the movie, they're just like flying through South American super fast cars. I also really want to do that. But so when I listen to that song, it takes me to that place, right? So then in college, every time I would be stressed or I would have to like sit down and study for a while, I would listen to reggaeton because it would bring me to that calm place where like I don't have to freak out about grades. I don't have to freak out about money. And so, different genres bring you to different places, but I think that I didn't appreciate that about music until like college. Sure. And then if you pair that in the worship setting, I think it points to how careful we have to be about like the songs that we choose, not just for the lyrics and the theology, because we have to be really careful about that, but also where are we trying to, and maybe this isn't always the answer, but where are we trying to help our congregation go? And does our music selection help or hurt that?
Sure.
So I've just been thinking about that a lot, and yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Joran. For you guys out there, maybe comment below, like, what are your favorite songs or favorite bands or favorite Fast and Furious movie?
Yeah, bro.
Have you seen Fast 10?
I fell off.
Bro.
I fell off the bandwagon. Whatever movie that was, where they were like on the ice with the Charger.
Do you know
off
what
after
one
that.
Nine.
Yeah. So
bro,
that was
you
the last
have
one
to
I saw.
watch Fast 10. It is 8.
Yeah.
Dude, you have to watch. Bro, Fast 10 is insane. Anyways, sorry, back to you guys. Comment favorite song, favorite band, favorite Fast and Furious movie.
You know what I also be interested in is I would love for you to comment like where does your favorite songs take you? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like what is your favorite
Yeah.
song? But then where does that take you mentally? Where
Yeah.
do you want to be when you listen to that?
That's good. That's a good question that I'm pretty sure I sent to you that I was supposed to ask
Probably.
you.
It's all good.
Sorry. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like and subscribe. I hate saying that, but whatever. It helps the algorithm. So please watch, and we'll be having some more guests on real soon. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.